Go.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are here at George Washington Carver, where we just learned that classes that Seek Academy, the charter school that's co-located here with George Washington Carver and Bruce Street School for the Deaf, has been taken over. About 8 to 10 classes from Bruce Street School for the Deaf has been taken over by Seek Academy Charter School. In addition to that, these classrooms are custom made for the deaf, that accommodates the deaf kids. We are asking for Seek to get out of George Washington Carver. We did not give up our classrooms when Cammie Anderson came in to try to move Bruce Street School for the Deaf out, and we are saying that we are not giving it up now. So we're asking that Seek Academy find somewhere else, like those 12 buildings that was just sold and bought by North Housing Authority, to go and seek a building from them, because we no longer want them inside George Washington Carver.
Okay, so as you can see, we are dealing with multiple issues here as we stand outside of George Washington Carver. And in the middle of all the crises that are going on, you see these asbestos signs still hanging on this building. Now, supposedly they were put here, as we were told, because they are removing and have removed the boilers. Well, if you remove the boilers, they on the other side of the building, while the asbestos signs over here. The boilers are on this side of the building, and this side is the side parents where your children are at in summer school. We need to be very concerned about what's going on at George Washington Carver. We also have, and are now reviewing, the amended and the original and the new lease agreement between KIP, aka Team Academy, and North Public Schools, to see why now KIP all of a sudden wants to take over the auditorium and the gymnasium of this school. At the close of school, George Washington Carver had simultaneous classes going on at the same time in the gym. We never experienced that before. We have always alleged that there is a major difference that parents need to understand between North Public Schools, the state of New Jersey curriculum requirements, and those requirements of the charters. So now all of a sudden, for the last 15, 20 years, the charters have not been taking gym, which is a violation of the state code, and now all of a sudden they want to start taking gym. Well, you're not going to sacrifice our children so that your kids can take gym. So what's on the table right now, Raz and Corey, because you're both in this together, because we can't tell the difference between the Booker administration and the Baraka administration. Y'all need to come up with a school to give the kid, because you give them everything else, and let them go there with this school seat that they have here and open up over there and use that gym. And let George Washington Carver, who already houses over 500 students itself, be allowed to do what they need to do here. We want smaller classroom sizes. We want to be expand programs. We want to be able to offer the program that we already have at the School for the Deaf, aka Bruce Street, which is a pre-K through 24-year-old program. It's a special need program, and it is greatly and gravely needed. There are students that don't attend Bruce Street School that should be. And we need to make sure that we have all of the resources that they need to excel and do the things that they need in this building. These classrooms were already customized. We're talking about 10 customized classrooms to now be turned over to KIP for what? And then where will the Bruce Street children be displaced to? We are tired of our children being displaced, being disrupted, and being thrown all over this city as if it's okay. While we allow students from other districts, and we have the proof now because we're beginning to do the residency checks, that don't even live here, who come into this building every day and are now forcing North children who live in neighborhood to have to go to other neighborhoods in our city. It is enough assault on North Public Schools. There's enough assault on our children. You guys have opened the process up that if a parent want to go to a charter school, they already go. So now other parents have decided that they want to leave their children in public schools. So we're not going to continue to allow you to keep attacking our children in these schools. We've tried it didn't work. We shared this building for years. We had to fight Cammy, now I guess we gotta fight Surf, Christy, and guess what, Mr. Murphy? If you jumping on the same damn bandwagon, then you could get your behind kicked too with this. We are tired, we have had enough. We are tired of y'all singing Kumbaya, you elected officials, at the expense of our damn kids. Hands off Carver and hands off all the other kids. There's enough empty buildings that you done left Raz, that you sent the North Housing Authority, that you can sit down with the kick people and negotiate, sit down with uncommon schools and negotiate and let them get what they want now. Because you made sure that you decimated everything going on in this South Ward. You can't blame it on nobody else. All these schools closed over here. You live over here, Raz. You from over here, Raz. You've been in office since 98, Raz. And you saw this coming. Over 6 schools in this district alone have been closed down in the South Ward. We can't even maintain the 2 high schools. You done put so many kids out of this area. It has now become unsafe. But we are not going to let you destroy, intimidate, threaten, and force our children, particularly our most severely disabled children, force them into an unsafe, uncommon, and unknown area. Special needs children do not adapt well to major changes. Many of these children are comfortable here. They know the hallways, they know the teachers, they know the staff, they know the classroom, they know the chairs, they know the tables, they know where the headphones are, they know where what they need is. So we're not going to keep allowing you to continue to assault the children in this district. So y'all better go back to the table, Mr. Baraka, Mr. Murphy, Mr. Surf, Mr. Christie, because you still got a little bit of time left too, and Mr. Booker. Y'all better sit down and come up with another plan and decide what you're going to do. Because this is a South Ward school. And this is a neighborhood right here that when it get tough, they stand together.
Yes, we do.
That's why still over 600 kids in this building right here. So if you want to bring it, bring it. And be ready for the pushback. Because damn it, we could disagree and we disagree. And damn it, we can fight and we're gonna fight. Now Norcas, let me tell y'all this. We sitting idly by while these people are destroying everything in our community. We got enough violence and everything else going on to give us enough to do. But damn it, we're not going to keep letting them attack our children. We're not going to keep letting them force our children into other areas where they're not safe and where they're not wanted. This ain't going on in no other ward except the South Ward at the level it's going on. And I'm telling y'all that for a fact. They ain't closed too many schools in the West. They mess with a few schools in the Central. They ain't closed one damn school in the North. And they ain't closed one damn school in the East. And if we the same district, y'all need to ask yourself, why is that happening? You need to ask yourself why they have the same issues we got. Yeah, they played the game with the test scores, and this school was blue ribbon, that school was blue ribbon when it really wasn't. They closed Miller Street School down when they was achieving 80 percentile and better. We know what we was talking about. We know what we were doing in these schools, and we know the people that we had. But parents, how much more, community, how much more are we going to let them take? And that leads me to my closing remark right now. Mr. Baraka is taking the school money back that we already agreed to, y'all. So when school opens again in September, where we received an additional $4.5 million from the state, and we should have, this is to keep us all quiet. That $4.5 million for 40,000 kids ain't no money, but we'll take it. But what you're not going to do, Mr. Baraka, is that the money that we agreed to, on top of the 2.5 increase that's already coming from the tax levy, you're not going to now say, because we're getting this additional $4 million, we're going to take that away. We need more than what we already demanded, but you damn sure ain't going to take the extra that we're going to get so that you can squander it someplace else. Because we ain't happy at all with your damn performance with our tax dollars up until this point. So hands off the school money, Raz, Marquise Lewis, and Mr. Tay Padilla. President and Vice President, you wanted the spot, you got the spot. So now be ready for the damn heat. And lastly, you're going to change that public damn meeting. We are not going to have a public hearing for school money on the same night of National Night Out. People have made plans, churches have made plans, streets and blocks have made plans, all over this state, all over the damn country. And we ain't changing National Night Out because North Public Schools, Raz, you scared, Marquise, you scared, Ted, I know you hiding. Because y'all want to have it on that same night because you know people have made previous commitments. So damn it, change the night and change it now. It will not be on August 1st because what we could do, if you decide not to do it, we'll call the media. We'll show up at 2 Cedar Street on August 1st at 5 o'clock and it won't be no hearing because we won't let nobody go upstairs. And you'll be forced to have the hearing. Now, the New Jersey Attorney General and the U.S. Attorney General are looking for citizens to make complaints. Yeah. I tell you what, I done already made 10. I don't got a problem making 11. And if y'all don't want this deal, with this shenanigans, and North Municipal Council, if you don't hurry up and schedule them public budget hearings so that everybody can get there, Mildred, Council President, schedule the budget hearings. And it better be convenient for working and elder. It better be convenient for us, Mildred. We better be able to get in there and get the information. And this year, you're not going to block the public from talking, Mildred. Because last year, you didn't allow public comment during the budget hearing process, which has never been done before. But because y'all know you doing stuff you ain't got no business doing, you're afraid to allow the public to participate. So guess what? I know who I'm covered by. Y'all fake the funk with this face. But that man upstairs looks high, sits high, and looks low. And he pulling all the covers off y'all damn shenanigans because he's tired. So that's why God gave it to my sister Yolanda here today to let us know that y'all trying to take this building over. Right. To let us know that you're trying to attack our special need babies in this building. And damn it, one thing for sure and two things for certain, people know about me, I don't play when it comes to the kids. So you want to fight, bring it on. I got my sneakers on, got my capris on, and my t-shirt. Let's go, Raz. Let's go, Marquise. Let's go, Mildred. Let's get it done. We're going to save this school. We're going to save these classes. And guess what, kid? Didn't forget about y'all. You want to keep pushing? And you want to keep pushing on our children in this building? We ain't singing no damn Kumbaya no more. Can't we all get along? Because evidently we can't. Because when you pushing on our special need baby, we going to come out fighting. So y'all better go back to the drawing board, kids. Y'all better go back to the drawing board, team. And if y'all don't want this fight to go back to where it was, when Siobhan sat in that damn president's seat, then you better back off, back up, and get your asses out of our building. And that's the bottom line. That's it.